Hey, it's Adam Grant from WorkLife, a podcast from TED. This episode is brought to you by Freshworks. Freshworks believes that complexity is the enemy of efficiency. So stop wrestling with bloated, expensive service software that takes forever to implement and update, where ROI is someday, not today. You've been overcharged and underserved for way too long. Uncomplicate with Freshservice for IT and Freshdesk for customer support. And with Freshworks AI-assisted service software, you'll work smarter, not harder. Freshworks uncomplicates. Learn more at freshworks.com.
On today's Smart 7, the UK and India sign billion-pound trade deal, Donald Trump heads to Scotland and much more. It's Friday 25th of July, it's National Carousel Day, and happy birthday, Matt LeBlanc.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi was a guest of honour at Sandringham on Thursday as he met with King Charles as part of an official visit to the UK. He was also busy signing a landmark new trade agreement between Britain and India, which will see lower tariffs on goods including cars and whisky that the UK sends to India, and cheaper prices for imported jewellery and textiles. The deal, which took 3 years to negotiate, is potentially worth almost $5 billion a year to the British economy, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer was delighted to sign it.
We have unique bonds of history, of family and of culture. And we want to strengthen our relationship further so that it is even more ambitious, modern and focused on the long term.
The deal also includes a new plan to tackle illegal migration, but will take up to a year to come into effect. Modi has promised to plant a tree on the King's behalf and sounded pleased that the agreement had been concluded.
I would be remiss not to mention cricket. When India and the UK are coming together, for both of us, cricket is not just a game, but a passion. And also a great metaphor for our partnership. There may be a swing and a miss at times, but we always play with a straight bat.
There was an abrupt change of tone from the US and Israel over Gaza ceasefire talks on Thursday. Both withdrew their negotiating teams from Doha, with Donald Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff accusing Hamas of not acting in good faith. That's a sharp contrast to a growing optimism this week that a breakthrough was possible, and it leaves the people of Gaza in an increasingly grim situation. Oliver McTurnan is Director of Conflict Resolution for the charity Forward Thinking, and he remains hopeful for a breakthrough, but only if diplomatic pressure is applied.
From what we hear, it looks as if there is insurmountable positions to be addressed. But I think maybe the international pressure on Israel too will actually play a part.
French President Macron has suggested France will recognise the Palestinian state in September, but Israel is continuing its aid blockade. And aid agencies and media companies are warning that their staff are struggling to work because they are unable to find food. Richard Burgess is the director of BBC News Content.
These people have been absolutely critical in telling the world about what's going on in Gaza. And if they are not able to do their jobs because they are suffering from dizziness or the effects of lack of food, then we think that's a really serious situation.
After much speculation, former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn finally confirmed on Thursday that he's starting a new political party. His co-founder is former Labour MP Zara Sultana, but even on day one, there was a bit of confusion about the name. Jeremy announced it would be called Your Party, but Zara was quick to say that's not the name on social media. It's a bit confusing, but they're clear about their aim, which is to build a democratic movement that can take on the rich and powerful and win. He had some harsh words too for Reform, who he called dangerously divisive.
We're not going to be a party that's controlling everybody in every aspect of what they do. What we want is the excitement. This is going to be community-led, community-based, grassroots-led. This is going to be very different, and you know what? It's going to be fun.
This weekend sees Donald Trump in Scotland. He's visiting his 2 Scottish golf clubs and is due to open a new 18-hole course in Aberdeenshire. He'll also meet Prime Minister Keir Starmer while he's here, but he's due back again in the autumn for his official state visit, which will include a meeting with King Charles. Back in the US, his administration continues to struggle with the Epstein scandal, as US Deputy Attorney General and former Trump lawyer Todd Blanche interviewed longtime Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell on Thursday in Florida. He's due to meet her again on Friday, but it's not clear what the convicted sex trafficker will say or how her testimony should be weighted. House Speaker Mike Johnson spoke to CBS News and says there are questions to be answered.
We want full transparency. We want everybody who was involved in any way with the Epstein evils, let's call it what it was, to be brought to justice as quickly as possible. We want the full weight of the law on their heads.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, we bid farewell to Hulk Hogan, and Paul Mescal might surprise you right after this.
We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature, whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With AllTrails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today.
Welcome back.
The death was announced on Thursday of WWE legend Hulk Hogan. The larger-than-life wrestler, who was famous for his bandanas and his remarkable horseshoe moustache, died aged 71 after a cardiac arrest. He was widely regarded as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of the modern era, and later in life took a detour into a public role supporting Donald Trump. Away from the wrestling ring, it's a spa weekend as the F1 Roadshow heads to Belgium, and the Red Bull team faces its first race without sacked boss Christian Horner. Max Verstappen says the change of management won't change anything on the track.
The team anyway feels like a second family, and of course Christian is included in that, so that there is a time that someone goes, if that's Christian or me, in a team, that happens, that is what happens in sport anyway. No one is there forever, but of course it happened at a time maybe where a lot of people didn't expect that.
The Emmys don't take place until September, but Captain America, otherwise known as Anthony Mackie, is pretty excited that he's got himself an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Guest in a Comedy Series. He's one of 23 nominees for Seth Rogen's Apple TV Plus drama The Studio, and bizarrely 5 of the 6 nominees in his category are from that show. Mackie is facing off against Martin Scorsese and Ron Howard, but he says he's fine about it if he doesn't win. He was busy telling Jimmy Fallon that being Captain America brings substantial perks too.
I thought I was pretty well known, and you hear all these famous dudes talk about all the stuff they get, and my entire career I got nothing. Yeah. But since Captain America came out, yo,
different level.
I get free appetizers now everywhere I go.
Fans of Paul Mescal's performance in Gladiator 2 are in for a bit of a surprise when it comes to his next movie. It's an historical romance which starts in 1917 and follows 2 musicians after the end of the First World War as they embark on a quest to collect and document folk songs. Mescal stars opposite Josh O'Connor, who won an Emmy and a Golden Globe for his role as Prince Charles in The Crown. The History of Sound is a touching gay romance that was nominated for the Palme d'Or at Cannes and features both Mescal and O'Connor singing folk songs. It hits cinemas in September.
I guess I feel like I'm at the end of something.
What was the beginning?
There was a moment when I realized that I had probably never been as happy as I was when collecting songs. Emotion in song. I want all of it.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
And now, a next-level moment from AT&T Business. Say you've sent out a gigantic shipment of pillows, and they need to be there in time for International Sleep Day. You've got AT&T 5G, so you're fully confident. But the vendor isn't responding, and International Sleep Day is tomorrow. Luckily, AT&T 5G lets you deal with any issues with ease, so the pillows will get delivered and everyone can sleep soundly, especially you. AT&T 5G requires a compatible plan and device. Coverage not available everywhere. Learn more at att.com/5G network.